Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
After the first 4-day break, I think in 2 years, we are back on a Monday. Happy Cyber Monday, everybody. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault, the Bostonian versus the book on a Monday. We're live, YouTube, Twitter, replay, Sirius XM, channel 159, and Sports Grid Television. Viking up. Is the future so bright that you got to wear shades? What's with
hello. Good to see you. Good to see the brigade. Everybody that's here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. No, we had to start off with the dark shades today because the lights are so bright from all the favorites winning and covering. I mean, there are people that are shining stars today walking into the book like Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder did back in the movie Stir Crazy. We bad. Oh, yeah, we bad. We bad. Say we're bad. Yeah, tell them. Yeah, everybody got it yesterday. Everybody won. The only game. Thank goodness. Detroit let everybody down on Thanksgiving.
Right.
Had Detroit won, let alone covered, might have been the worst NFL Sunday in sports betting history. I'm telling you, because every game all those games went over on Thanksgiving, rolled into Black Friday, and the Dolphins and the Jets went exactly how it was supposed to go. And then Sunday happened. And man, oh man, there's not enough. I mean, this is one of those ones you'd be in the book, working Sunday night, and people are coming up after the Ravens, Zay Flowers runs. Instead of going down, he runs it in. And everybody goes, whoa, I just hit my 6-teamer. I just hit my 8-teamer. Whoa, baby. And you got to go get a fill at the book for the drawer because you ain't got enough cash in there to pay the people. But listen, always don't worry about the book. The lights come on the next day. Everybody's open. Just like the BVB on Cyber Monday, baby. Let's go.
I would say be careful come playoff time. That's going to be my prediction.
Careful come playoff time. Be careful next week.
Maybe next week, too.
It's going to turn fast.
Yeah, it'll turn fast. But playoff time's always very... I always feel like I get annihilated in the playoffs most years. I get hit pretty hard. And then 2 years ago was crazy, but I think I went 2-8 in the playoffs, and then I went 8-0 in the Super Bowl. So I swept the board with the Super Bowl. So I normally are either having a great Super Bowl and a bad playoffs or vice versa. So be careful. Maybe, take some of that money out of the account and go and buy some Christmas presents or use
That's
it.
What this is. I used to say that all the time. Thanksgiving is the precursor to the Christmas holidays. Holiday season, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that stuff. Little BR, bankroll. Little BR for the people.
Yep.
The rubber bands get a little bit stretched. Things get, come on in. Cash it out. Don't up the bets. Don't do that.
No.
Keep everything the same. Just enjoy the win. And look ahead. I mean, the games get harder. They don't get easier. There was a couple games that fell on the number yesterday, too.
Eagles. Yep.
That extra point would have been monstrous for a lot of people, but they don't kick the extra point in OT. Damn. Oh, well. One of those things.
We have a lot to get to in the show today. We have a lot of things because we're off for 4 days. We're not off 4 days normally. So we have to talk about what happened while we were off. We have to start with college football because there are so many interesting things going on with college football. And we have to talk about the miracles of miracles.
Before we start with you, I'm gonna put the BVB beanie on, by the way.
All right.
Now, because it's cold. Okay?
It's cold.
It's cold. Woke up this morning. Yeah, 37.
37 degrees in Vegas.
37 in the desert. Feels like 10. You go outside and you're like, it hits you. So we got the BVB beanie. If you haven't seen it, Little B was wearing it today.
Yeah, Maddie was walking out and she goes, "Can I wear that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay." And I was like, "I need a picture first." And then we took a picture as she was walking to school with that beanie on. So I was like, "Okay, good. We're walking into school with a sports gambling show. Great message, Dad."
I can't wait until someone asks her what's BVB or Bostonian versus Book. It's my dad's show. Really? What is it about? Sports and gambling?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they all know. I mean, I've done a career day. I went in there this semester and talked.
Oh, everybody knows who you are. Yeah,
they already know. But it's
good.
still, but the non-people who are in her school who are not in her class don't know. So that's why I laugh, because like the principal would look at that and be like, "What is that?" Like,
for Cyber Monday, we got to figure out how to get these things available to the people, because there's a lot more people in the cold places.
Yeah,
that could use this for. This is a perfect weight height.
I have no idea where Chef Benny found it, but this is, I agree. It's a breathable, soft, light, easy to put on. It feels really good on your head. It's very comfortable.
Especially when you're bald. It feels great. I'm a very particular about the beanies now, because I got no hair to, protect. But I think we're going to have to do one with the ball or without the ball. Are you a tossle guy? Like, do you like the ball or no?
If I have a choice, I like the skull cap better, to be quite honest, the non-ball, but I'm okay with it. I think it looks great on kids. I think it looks great on Madeline.
Right.
I thought it completes the look for
Without
kids.
Without a doubt. I think we got to have both models
available. Yeah. I mean, look, people have told me this.
This is the first poll in the chat.
Oh, God. Okay.
With a ball or without, or I don't know how to word it. I don't want to let Mikey Austin get it. Do you like it with a ball or no? But
winter hats,
skull cap or tossle.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. We'll do. I was going to do a question. We'll do a poll.
Yeah. We need
winter hats without winter.
I mean, like Jimmy Jack came right in. Jack with 4K said, "I need the ball." Yeah.
It just makes me feel, I don't know, Christmas Story-esque. It feels very part of like a Christmas Story type of, the movie Christmas Story.
Of course.
So like it feels like that thing on the head makes me feel like it's a part of the Christmas Story.
Really?
Type of thing. Yeah, it's kind of a throwback to it. Kind of a old school.
Ralphie.
Don't lick metal poles, kids.
Definitely don't do that.
Tongues are gonna stick.
No. Somebody's gonna
watch out for the BB guns. BB guns, lose an eye. Yeah.
Can't lose an eye.
Whenever I watch that movie, I'm always like, that leg lamp is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
They're one of the best parts of the movie. What are you talking
Who the hell who came up with that in the thing? Like, what would be great if we had a scene with a leg that's a lamp and put it in the house.
I have to get one of those.
Oh my. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. What happened while we were off? We'll run the poll. I'll tell you this. We'll tell you guys can vote on it for a couple minutes. And
we're on the poll. We're not on the poll. We're
not on the poll. No, we're never on the poll. You and me are never on the poll.
Never on the poll.
No. Alabama, miracle of miracles. I was on Sports Grid when this thing happened. Jack, our producer on Friday nights, and soon to be, by the way, Thursdays. If you guys are curious, Dave and I, they've extended us to another day.
Hold on. You froze. Stay patient, people. Look at that face. Why do you make the faces? They get you. The freeze gets you like at the perfect time. I almost think you have a freeze button. No.
Ding. I don't. But they've extended us on Sports Grid to Thursday and Friday now. So you'll get us this Thursday night and Friday night. We'll have that coming up here.
Uh-oh.
Did I freeze again?
No. I'm just laughing because
why?
There gotta be some value to stuff, right? There has to be.
Stop it.
And I just love it that now we're on Thursday
and Friday.
Friday.
You get two of us on Thursday, Friday, Thursday nights for 1 hour.
1 hour.
And then 2 hours on Friday night, like we normally do, 8 to 10. Is it 9 to 10 or 8 to 9? I was trying to figure this out. It's 9 to 10, right? Eastern?
6 to 7 Pacific, 9 to 10 Eastern.
9 to 10. Okay, so Thursday is 9 to 10. And then 8 to 10.
Prime time BVB, baby.
So you guys will get us for 1 hour on Thursdays and Fridays now. So I'm on the air on Sports Grid. Jack, our producer for Thursday and Friday, he quickly, bam, Milroe miracle. Instantly dubs it right away. I'm like, are you kidding me? Milroe. Look, this is just brutal. Look at the headline for USA Today Sports. Jalen Milroe's Iron Bowl miracle against Auburn shows the God is an Alabama fan.
Oh, why we got to bring him into this with the game? Oh, that's not right.
This headline is absolutely tremendous. Look at that catch.
Man.
How did this kid get this open?
I don't know.
He's not like kind of open. He's wide open.
He's open.
In the back of the end zone.
Open.
Wide open. Nick Saban after the game said that they practiced that play, that scramble drill, they practiced doing exactly that.
Dare I say he's meat curtain open?
He's more open than that.
More open than that?
He's more open than that.
Listen, I had to do that. That you can't be much more open than that. The ball goes up. It's a 15-yard penalty for interference. Tackle everybody. Just tackle first of all, you rush 2 people. That's just bad. Like, you got to go get them. Like, rush 4. Make him throw it quick. You got to go 4th and 30.
I think they were afraid that if they rushed too many, that Jalen Milroe could run it in himself. A 30-yard run for him is nothing. They were afraid he was going to run. So they said, okay, we're going to take away the run. There's no way he's going to throw the ball 35 yards into the end zone.
That's what he does.
I know. That's what he does. He only throws one pass really well, the deep ball. He throws the deep ball really, really well, and he put that thing on a dime. I mean, what a play, what a catch, what a moment. And for all the Auburn fans, I said this on Sports Grid right afterwards. I'll say it here. Auburn fans, for over a decade, you guys have been living the kick 6 and throwing it in the face of Bama fans at every single turn. For those of you who don't remember the kick 6, that was the tie game, long field goal. Alabama tried to win the game. It landed short at, I think, the 2 yards into the end zone. Yeah. Auburn brought it out, went 100 yards, won the game on a kick 6. That play on Saturday or Friday, Saturday, was revenge. Alabama got their revenge for the kick 6 in the same building in Jordan-Hare Stadium with the Milroe miracle to keep their season alive.
I saw a tremendous 30 for 30 or 60 E60 on the kick 6.
Yeah.
Where, like, this guy was so excited after the game, he proposed because of Auburn winning. They were so sad that they were going to lose, and then they won, so he just said, "To hell with it, I'm proposing." Right. They interviewed the guy that ran the kickback. They interviewed the kicker, or the guy that was holding, actually, for Alabama.
Yeah.
It was so interesting to get everybody's perspective on that play because it lives in infamy. It's forever.
Oh, I mean,
This play is forever. Like, if they go on, and it's only forever until they lose to Georgia, and then it's still a big deal.
Oh no, it's all. Look,
the season's over if they lose that game.
Rob Brenlett's call, R.I.P. to that guy. Can't believe he's gone. I knew him, voice of Auburn, guy who called the kick 6, screaming, "Auburn's going to win the game! Auburn's going to win the game!" Right, going nuts. That call. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe in a drunk driver killed him and a teenage drunk driver killed him. And it's just a horrible story that Auburn had to recover from. Just awful. But that call will live on forever. That moment will live on forever. This play, Dave, it doesn't matter what happens now. Alabama can lose to Georgia. It doesn't matter. This is what makes the Iron Bowl so special. It actually doesn't matter. Yes, you're right. Alabama can lose to Georgia, and then the national championship is gone. But that's not what's going to live on. This game is talked about 364 days a year.
Right.
I'll never forget it. I moved to Alabama for the first time, or the only time, hopefully. I moved to Alabama. And
never.
So I moved to Huntsville, and I get down there, and it's towards the end of the football season when I was hired. It was right in the beginning. I can't remember. It was after the kickoff. And I remember sitting in a bar with the sales staff as we're going over what my show is going to be like, and we're all talking about it. And then like the first question everybody asks me after like, where you're from, where'd you graduate? And they go, so are you going to be Alabama or Auburn? I said, what do you mean? They said, well, you're going to have to pick. And I said, well, why? I said, son, you're going to learn pretty quick around here that you really can't be indifferent about this. You're going to have to pick. I was just like, what do you mean I have to pick?
You're there how long?
I'm there like a week.
Oh,
I just lived there. This is like the first big out meeting with the sales staff to meet me and introduce, here's our new morning show. You guys are going to be selling his show.
Right.
Here's our new talent, bringing him in. I just remember being this dark bar watching the Bama game, going like, I don't really, I'm going to try not to. And they're like, oh, so what? You're going to go for Tennessee then? I'm like, I'm not going to have any of that. They're like, okay, like you can't, like it literally, you wear it on your chest. Like you're an Alabama fan.
Yeah. Like what
you're an Auburn fan. You're a Tennessee fan. It's your identity. If you look at the number of handles you'll see on social media, Bama Bob, Auburn Tim, Tennessee Todd, like it's more than just your fandom. It's who you fucking are. So like that play to happen in that moment, the Georgia game is irrelevant. It means a lot to Bama fans going forward, but for the history of Alabama Auburn, we're going to be talking about that play for 30 years. That's going to be discussed. Grandkids are going to tell their grandchildren. We're going to talk about where you were. 1 million people are going to say they were there. 100,000 will say they were in that corner of the end zone, that they were right there and they saw the whole thing. The one thing that cameras, I guess, camera phones also could kind of dictate whether you're there or not, but that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, people are going to lie, tell stories. I was there, like everybody, like I saw Bill Buckner. So I was there on the first base line when Bill Buckner's ball went through his legs and blah, blah, blah. Same thing's going to happen. I was at the kick six. I saw that. It was where I saw the ball go short. I knew he was gone, blah, blah, blah. I knew he was going to be open. Milrose saw him the whole time. I watched that practice. They worked on that play 5 times. Unbelievable.
I was laying on the couch watching it. Jessica dozed off. Before she dozed off, she's like, I said, would you lay 5-1 on Bama to beat Auburn? And you had already been gone and stuff. And we were still smarting she was rooting for Ohio State, by the way, while we were sitting.
Wow.
I had no idea. I'm like, she's like, I went to Ohio Northern. And I'm like, you're sitting there rooting for Ohio State? Are you serious? She's like, I do this every year. You say this every year like you don't know. And I was like, all right, relax. So I said, how about, Michigan was favored. They're winning. I said, Bama's going to beat Auburn. She's like, oh, Bama's definitely beating Auburn. So I go, oh, really? I'm pretty confident. I said, I'm going to lay 5-1 on the money line right now.
Whoa.
She goes, you're not laying 5-1. No, but you don't lay 5-1 on anything. You know that. Why would you do that? I said, it's a couple hours, interest-free loan. I get 20% on my money. I said, we bet 5 to win 100. I said, I'll pick up 6 in 2.5 hours. She's like, you better not do that. I said, okay. So we start watching it.
Yeah.
She dozes off. And I'm going, man, she maloiked the whole thing. Auburn's going to win this game. She's dozing, snoring, wakes up, looks. Auburn's still winning. I said, yeah, Auburn's going to win a game. Yeah. And then boom. And I go nuts. I'm like, they got it. And Jack's texted me. I said, let's go. I can go do Sports Grid, whatever. But
it was nuts.
It was nuts. Absolutely nuts. And now the whole picture for the national championship is still
murky.
Like that would have cleared up one aspect of it.
100%. It's still very murky. It's funny because I was on with Rich Sermonello, and he was ahead of me. So he goes, son of a, you've got to be kidding me. And I go, what?
Oh,
he's like, I don't want to spoil it for you. Just wait. And I was about 10 seconds ahead. And I'm like, oh my. And once he let go of the ball, I knew what he had said. So I was like, he's going to catch that football. And then he caught the football. And I just went nuts. There's a clip on if you guys didn't see it, you can watch at Sports Talk Matt. There's a clip I retweeted from Sports Grid's account of me going crazy in real time with that play happening. And, look, I covered Alabama for 5 years. I have more Bama friends than I do Auburn friends, but I do have Auburn friends. I did not go to every Auburn game. I went to every Alabama game. So just naturally, I have a more of a soft spot, if you will, for Alabama than I do for Auburn. I don't hate or dislike Auburn by any means. I don't like Tennessee, but I don't dislike Auburn by any means. It's beautiful there. The plains are gorgeous. Jordan Hare, although it should be Jordan Hare, is a great place to watch a game in a really fun environment. And for the Iron Bowl, it's epic, screamingly loud. That place was on fire when Auburn was winning that game. When the snap went to the right of Milroe and went down 25 yards,
18-yard loss on the play.
I thought to myself, man, this is going to be a tough offseason for Alabama fans.
Ooh.
They're going to be all over Nick. They're going to be all over Milroe. Mistakes, turnovers, penalties, bad snaps. Like, this is not stuff you normally see with Alabama. They've looked as sloppy as they ever have under Nick Saban. And they pulled a rabbit out of the hat. They pulled their whole season out of the fire with one throw in one play on 4th down from the 31-yard line. How in the hell did that work? It's incredible.
I don't know how any of it worked. You know what else I don't know?
Well,
why didn't the pick six at the end count? It was 27-24.
Great question.
Last play of the game, pick six goes. He runs it in. I'm going, holy shit. They covered the teasers too. Like they had no chance of winning. Then they won. Then there's a few seconds left on the clock. Auburn kid, man, that kid played quarterback. He was unbelievable the whole game.
Oh, Thorne was great, yeah.
The kid from Alabama's like, oh, hell no, I'm not sliding. I'm running this in. I'm taking this home.
In the Iron Bowl, I'm scoring. Let's go.
I'm scoring. This
Yes.
is forever.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
care about this. I'll take the lumps on practice on Monday, whatever. He runs in the end zone. They sign off.
Well, right before they signed off, they said, hey, by the way,
The final score's 27-24.
didn't count.
The thing didn't count. I'm like, this can't be. How? Because I was thinking, oh, thank God I'm not in the book.
Right.
Because I would have graded that thing. It was 27-24-6, walk-off, no extra point, 33-24. They win by 9. That takes the teaser down. That covers the teasers. We grade this thing 33-24. Oh, no, we don't. Hold on. 51 is under 53.5, which was the in-game number at one point. There's so many things that switch. I never got an explanation. Did you?
He stepped out. They reviewed it, and he stepped out.
He stepped out.
That's what they said. I mean, on the sidelines, that he stepped out of bounds. They reviewed it, and that's why the pick six didn't count. They never showed the replay. I've yet to see a replay that tells me that he stepped out. They ruled on the field. They ruled he was in bounds.
Oh, on the field, it was like, hell, we got to get out of here. Touchdown. Probably. Let's go. Everybody go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Get the ball. Get off the field. Because that was
no extra point.
No. That's it. We're done. That was fun. That was great. Let's get out of here. Wow. I didn't know that they ruled that he stepped out of bounds because I didn't hear that.
On the sidelines, they ruled he stepped out of the sidelines, and that's why they didn't kick. I mean, they didn't need to kick the extra point because it was clock was zeros, and you don't need to kick it because it didn't matter for the score. But yeah, that's what happened. And that's why they came back and said, oh, they reviewed that play. He stepped out. It's 27-24 the final. Thanks for watching. And they moved on to the next game on CBS.
Oh, Jimmy Jack said it affected the Alabama team total too. Oh,
of course.
Goodness. Okay, Justin Simpson, welcome to the show, sir. I don't remember ever seeing you here before, but thank you for coming and welcome, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button while you're here. He just said there are definitely images he stepped out. Okay. So there you go. If there are images and somebody's seen it, I
haven't seen it. I'm sure they could freeze frame it and show it that he stepped out. It's just that it was fast. It was like, whoa, okay. Did he step in? I mean, because it impacted a lot from a gambling perspective, not from a win or loss perspective. Alabama, Georgia, -5.5. Number has gone up since it opened. Right. Bama wins this game.
Bama is not winning this game.
You never get this definitive on Monday. You were definitively saying Alabama is not beating Georgia.
I'm telling you, I watched the entire game.
Okay.
Against Auburn.
You throw it out.
I know.
Throw it out. It means nothing. Throw it out. The Texas game means way more to me than the Auburn game does.
Now the Texas game means something to you.
Why? I bet against it.
September.
I bet against Alabama in that game. I was on Texas in that game.
How is Bama going to score enough points to win this football game? They could win this game 17-13.
Jalen Milroe. That's how.
Okay. Passing? Because they ain't going to let him run.
Running.
Oh,
Running.
okay.
He's a 4-4 talent. They've
No
saved him.
Got dogs.
I'm telling you right now, I know Georgia's really good. I get all of it. It comes down to one player, and that player's not on Alabama. It's Carson Beck. If he throws up all over himself in his first ever big game.
That could happen.
Okay. Has Carson Beck played in a big game yet? Tell me the game this year that he has played in that has had anywhere close to the attention this game is going to have.
I don't think so, but they
Zero.
are two-time defending champions.
He is, but he's the quarterback, and the quarterback can blow the whole damn thing. He's not played. Georgia's schedule, people have made a lot about Michigan's schedule. Can we now start talking about Georgia's schedule? Because it is Pillsbury Doughboy soft. I mean, it is Stave Pup Marshmallow soft. They haven't played anybody. Okay? They haven't played
They're
anybody.
in the SEC, right?
Yeah, look who they played. They played this. This is the year where it rotates every couple of years.
Yeah.
Georgia gets this schedule where they miss everyone from the West that's even close to being really good, namely Alabama.
That's the one team in the West that's good. No,
Tennessee.
Tennessee's good.
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh, I think Tennessee's good.
Tennessee's not good.
I think they're. I think. Yeah. Georgia this year. I can't wait to see this game.
Put up the poll. By the way, more people, 70% of the people want the skull cap with no beanie. But we got to get the ball for the kids. I think they like that.
Yeah. So okay. So they played Missouri and they nearly lost. That was the best team they played. Georgia. Best team they played was Missouri.
Missouri might be the best team that either one of them played.
Texas is better than Missouri. I mean,
Missouri's
Missouri's better than
the best team outside of the conference. I mean, inside the conference.
Oh, right. But Alabama played Texas. I mean, look at here's the schedule. Okay, they played
at home.
Yeah, they played Missouri at home. Ball State, South Carolina, UAB, Auburn, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Florida in Jacksonville, Missouri at home, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Georgia Tech.
Ole Miss isn't bad, are they?
I like Missouri way more than Ole Miss. Way more.
I like
quarterback
more than Tennessee. Ole Miss is better than Tennessee. Come on.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I probably can. I can hear it. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to push back on it, but I'm going to push back. Missouri nearly beat them at home. They had them down. They had a lead. They were in the game.
If it wasn't for the miracle, which Jack dubbed the Milroe miracle, which we should keep saying.
Everyone's saying it's everywhere.
Every time we say it.
Everyone's saying it. We don't need to say it. Everyone's saying it. It's there. It's now what's been dubbed. Yep.
They would have lost to Auburn.
Right.
Who, as the juice just popped in the chat and pointed out, who got blown out by New Mexico State.
Please stop. This is just not it's not a logical conversation. You can't do this because the Iron Bowl is its own thing. Okay. You take it, you remove it and stick it on a shelf. The Iron Bowl has got nothing to do with anyone. I've watched the game too often. It is the biggest rivalry game in sports. Okay. You can have your Ohio State, Michigan. It's different because it's in state, but it's the level of hatred with Ohio State, Michigan that you have with Alabama, Auburn. The passion, these kids grow up literally when they get born, they are put into diapers that say Alabama or Auburn. I'm not kidding. Okay, that's what happens. And you can say, well, they do that with Michigan. Yeah, all Michigan kids. We'll do it in Ohio, all Ohio State kids. This is in-state. When you're born in Birmingham, born in a hospital in Birmingham, you get put in an Alabama or an Auburn diaper. Your parents get asked, and you take, well, which are they going to be at birth? Okay.
Right.
So that's what this game represents. That's why everyone bet Auburn. Everyone was on Auburn to take the points because they had lost New Mexico State the week before because they were looking ahead. They didn't prep. They didn't practice. That was Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze has Nick Saban's number, nearly beat him for a third time. 3 times in the SEC. He almost beat him. Should have beat him. So
put a thing in the put a poll up.
Yeah.
Who wins this game? Just wins the game. Forget the spread.
Oh yeah, spread means nothing to me. Spread means
Who wins the
absolutely
game?
nothing.
On Monday, and we're going to ask this all week. This is the game of all the championship games. Although we're going to talk about a couple different championship games in some regard, because there's a narrative to all of them. But
There is.
who's going to win this game, Georgia or Alabama? And again, if you're listening to this show later, thank you again for doing so. If you're watching the show live, it's a full participation show.
I'm going to say 80% of our audience says Georgia wins the game.
I'll say maybe higher.
Okay. And they all might be wrong.
Really?
I'm not. This is what Nick does. This is what Nick does. Nick wins this game.
When he has the horses.
He's got the horses.
He's got one.
No, he's got his defense it's not the team littered with first round draft picks. Okay. Alabama's team is not built the way, but as a team, as a unit, they've got as much talent as anybody in the country. Like they have
offensively.
Yes, they have as much talent. They're fine.
We watched this team on the couch at the house here,
right,
multiple times, going, geez, they can't complete 3 passes in a row.
Look, if they can not allow Brock Bowers to kill them and contain him in some form or fashion, which is very hard to do, mind you, but if they can do that, Georgia's not exactly a world beater, okay? Like Georgia's the 2-time national champ who has lost, was it 15 first-round picks the last 2 years? Like it's some stupid number of first-round talent they've lost. You don't just replace those guys.
Right.
So, and Bama's had the same problem. Both Alabama and Georgia, both are not what they normally have been over the last couple of years.
So to answer your question about the Georgia quarterback, when's Milroe ever playing a game with this much eyeballs on it and this much meaning and all that other stuff?
Just did.
The Auburn game, the Iron Bowl?
There may be more pressure in the Iron Bowl than there will be this week against Georgia.
Oh, Lord.
It's a bigger, I'm just telling you what it is. It's a bigger game. The SEC championship game means more nationally, okay? Means more. But in terms of like your legacy and what you mean on campus and who you are and what people talking to you, the Iron Bowl means everything. You can lose every game you play. You win the Iron Bowl, fans are happy. It's what that game is. It makes seasons. It makes legacies. It makes lives. I mean, if you're great, you suck every other game, but you're great in the Iron Bowl. Whoo. Ask Greg McElroy. Okay.
Right.
Ask him what his legacy is in that state, what people talk about in that state and what he did against Auburn. So if you're great in this game, it means a ton. So Milroe just showed me he can play when the chips are down. He just completed a 4th down from the 31 to win a game.
Play.
Unbelievable. He had to get, there's a whole
one play. They rushed 2 people.
Yeah, that's a hell of a throw, hell of a play.
He was losing the game outright the whole time.
Not because of him, though.
Do anything.
Well, his fault.
Crossed the line of scrimmage 3 times.
Well, that's whatever. I mean, that's
and threw the ball.
Okay.
Not once, not twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
He's ready to play against Georgia in the SEC championship.
Oh, I think so. Oh, he's been developing he's gotten so much better. I'm wildly impressed with what Jalen Milroe, after next year, could wind up being a first-round pick, and I never thought in a world I'd ever say that. He just has to work on his touch. If he goes to like a Peyton Manning type camp and really gets working on his touch, he's a linebacker playing quarterback who runs a 4.4. It's insane. He throws a really good deep ball. Not much else, but he throws a really good deep ball. Let's see if Bama can hit some home runs. And if Carson Beck pukes all over himself.
Oh, man.
The Carson Beck hype is so loud right now. It's incredible. And I can't say I'm against it because he's played his ass off. I mean, look, some of the throws he made against Georgia Tech were ridiculous.
Who is going to be able to run the ball with more success, Georgia or Alabama?
I'll probably say Georgia, but I don't know that to be a fact.
I know it to be a fact. They're going to run the ball.
Okay.
Successfully.
But their best weapon's not a running back.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. The best weapon's in the passing game. I mean, Brock Bowers is the matchup nightmare. He's the first round talent. He's the X factor that nobody can defend.
Right.
And so he's a problem. He's going to be a really big problem for Alabama to go ahead and have an answer for this. But look, I think it's a field goal game, and I think it's going to be coin flip. I am nowhere near as definitive as you are on this. We've talked about this a lot. We haven't had chaos yet this year. Georgia beating Alabama is welcome to chaos.
No, Bama beating Georgia is welcome to chaos.
Sorry, what did I say? Sorry, flip around. Sorry, Bama beating Georgia. Sorry, Bama beating Georgia is chaos.
Might leave Georgia out of the playoff.
Can you imagine that the two-time national champ loses by a field goal? By a field goal. And he gets left out?
If the undefeateds win, how do they not?
Who is more deserving, Georgia with one loss or Ohio State with one loss?
Ohio State's not getting in that scenario.
Okay, but why?
Michigan goes to the 1 seed.
Okay.
Florida State wins. They're the 2. They're undefeated.
Oh my God, people are going to throw up. If
Of course but I mean, they won all of their games.
If FSU's the 2 seed, there is a loud campaign going on right now to leave FSU at home because Jordan Travis is not playing.
Yeah. You completely blow the whole process up, meaning every game of the regular season.
They already are. It's 12 teams next year. Doesn't matter.
I understand, but you can't win all your games and not go to the Final Four.
I would agree, but
you can't. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. Can you imagine, like, trying to go to the kids and say, "Listen, you were perfect. You were perfect." Just like they said in Remember the Titans. Let's be perfect. Let's try to be perfect. And the other movie, the football movie from Texas, what was that?
Friday Night Lights?
Yeah. When he said, let's be perfect.
Okay.
You were perfect. You can't go to the playoff because your quarterback got hurt. Yep. We got a quarterback. It don't matter.
And a one loss, and maybe multiple one-loss teams are in over you.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you. It's
Michigan,
wrong.
It's Florida State, it's the winner of the Pac-12, and it's Bama. How do you put Georgia in over any one of them other teams?
The winner of the Pac-12 could be Oregon with one loss.
They win their conference.
I'm just saying. Oregon could have one loss. Ohio State has one loss. Georgia has one loss. Only one of those teams would have won their conference. Florida State is undefeated, and they've got a conference title on their name, but they don't have the Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback. They're not the same team. They've already shown precedent before.
Texas got a bigger beef than anybody.
Texas will be a Big 12
win.
Okay,
one loss. They went and beat Bama, who's in, and they win their conference, and they're out.
And they're out. Yep. Chaos. Alabama beating Georgia is chaos. You're going to have at least 2 fan bases, if not 3, wanting to storm the castle of the college football committee playoff and make somebody explain themselves.
None of that makes any sense.
They're praying because, look, Michigan beats Ohio State. They're undefeated. They're monster favorites against Iowa.
23.
The total is 35.5.
23.
How many points will Iowa score? Do they get double digits is the question.
No.
Penn State shut them out.
I think they get 10 max.
You think Iowa gets 10 points?
I don't think they do.
6.
2 field goals, right?
Yes, that's it. 6. They get 6 points. That's all they're getting.
Yeah.
6 points. So Michigan's in. Okay, so they're going to be the 1 seed or the 2 seed, right? Michigan's in. Just kind of put them in. So they're in. Now we have 3 spots.
The problem is it right? If Georgia wins, they're in. So there's 2 undefeated.
2 spots.
Done.
Okay. That's easy, right? That's simple. Yep.
Done.
Check. Yep. Alabama's out. Alabama's done. We're now on to the other 2 teams. Okay. Florida State. They're only 2.5 point favorites, and this number is being bet down heavily.
I mean,
this thing may close at pick. I think Louisville's going to win the game. I think Louisville's
going to close at pick.
It opened at 6. It's down to 2.5.
That didn't open at 6. That was a flash. That was before. Look ahead number. The real business opened at 3. Oh, I don't think it's going down that far.
I think everyone's going to be on Louisville. They just lost a heartbreaker to Kentucky. I mean, FSU was on the ropes against Florida. They somehow won and covered. I think Rodemaker played really well in the second half. I thought that he needed to get his legs underneath him. He played really shaky in the first half against Florida, really didn't have any confidence, and then started to step into his throws, started to get hit a little bit and feel like, all right, I'm in the game. Let's go. And they won and they covered.
How about the shot he took when he slid? They were trying to take him out because who knows who was behind him. But, I mean, he took a shot. He got off the field, shook the cobwebs out, came back. That's a huge win. They got all week to get hyped for that game. I don't know. I mean, I originally thought before watching them play, like Louisville keeps the momentum rolling, wins against Kentucky, and then goes there and wins that game. But now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I really don't know.
It's bad news. I think the loss to Kentucky is bad news for FSU. I was like, man, they lost that game. I wanted to win the game, but then FSU would beat them. Now you have an angry Louisville team with a chance to. I mean, they haven't lost to Kentucky in forever. They lost at home to Kentucky, in-state rival. That stings. They're mad, and they're going to go into that game ferocious against Florida State. They better get off to a fast start. They cannot do what they did against Florida.
Can you imagine the way the day plays out? This is the last game along with Michigan, Iowa, and there's no drama in Michigan, Iowa.
Like everyone's watching this game. Yeah.
It's right. So as much as the coronation of a perfect season and everything else will come with the Michigan, Iowa game, the total is the most compelling part of that story.
100%.
But the entire college football world will be watching to see if Florida State can win and then make claim to a spot in 4 teams being perfect. It's going to be weird because there ain't going to be too many people rooting for them.
No, the committee, but I think the committee actually is.
Why?
Because it becomes easier for them to put Florida State in as an undefeated and having to splice a, conversation of, okay, Alabama has 1 loss, they're a champion. Oregon has 1 loss, they're a champion. Texas has 1 loss, they're a champion. What do we do? Like Michigan's in, there's the 1 seed. It's easier to say, well, Florida State's in because they're a champion and they have no losses. The other 3, you guys, you're champions, but you have losses.
So they're rooting for no, and I'm saying drama instead of drama because that's the way my friend Prez says it. He says drama every week. So the chat's going crazy. Why is Dave saying drama instead of drama? It's drama. So the committee wants Georgia to win.
Oh, the committee wants Georgia, Florida State, Michigan to all win. Make it easy for them. Then it's ding, ding,
but that
ding.
number 4 is hard after that.
It's the winner of the Pac-12 and they're in because they're a conference champion. It's easy.
Fair.
It becomes Texas versus Oregon. And I think in that conversation, Oregon's in over Texas. Or Washington wins and it's over. Washington's undefeated. So Washington solves that.
You see the line for this game?
Yeah, it's huge. 9. It's 9.
Is there any shot?
Yes, there's a shot. But it's crazy
Washington
because
can win a game.
I do think Washington. I mean, if Washington wins the game, Michael Penix wins the Heisman. It's almost a better bet. Like, if you're looking at what to bet on this game, if you think Washington wins, bet Penix to win the Heisman. You get plus money on it.
Right.
Because he wins. If Penix wins this game.
You get plus money if you just bet Washington to win a game, and it's a better price.
I think
no, it's not. It's not 16-1. What's Penix?
Hold on. I got to look at the latest odds on this.
I think the money line on the game with Washington is higher than the price on Penix right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's close. It's, what is it, plus 140 or plus 150 on Penix? Find it in your book, boys.
It's 16-1 on Penix.
To win the Heisman?
Yeah, it's 16-1.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Bet Penix to win the Heisman. He beats Bo Nix 2 times. 2 times.
Who's the second choice in between Nix and who? Daniels?
Yep.
What's his price?
Plus 140.
Adjusted. Oh, he's the plus 140. Okay.
Yeah. Nix is minus 180. But if Nix loses 2 times to Michael Penix, there's no way he can win the Heisman. Oh, now here's the problem, okay? And I don't think Heisman voters are watching this show, but in case some reason you are.
Somebody is, I'm sure.
All right?
Hit the like button.
Do not vote. Do not cast your ballot until after this weekend's games.
Please.
They're due on Monday. They're due in a week. You can wait until after all the games are played.
There's people that already sent it in.
Today. No, it opens today. You can't do it till today.
Yeah,
you can mail it, I guess.
Probably got the email and sent it in already.
If you're that old, you want to by mail, you can do that. Or you can do I don't know. I never voted. So I don't know if it's online or paper. It used to be paper. But you can vote as of today. You can start voting on the Heisman. Do not. I hope everyone waits, because if Michael Penix Jr. beats Bo Nix for a second time, there's no way you can give the Heisman to Bo Nix. Can't do it. Can't do it. Michael Penix should win the Heisman. He'll be 2-0 against Bo Nix. What?
Why can't Daniels win it?
He can. Okay, but I think you're talking about a guy who the losses are big to me for LSU. I mean, those are big losses. Okay. And so I have a hard time saying, okay, I have a 1-loss or an undefeated team quarterbacked by Michael Penix, who has incredible numbers, who beat his nearest competitor in Bo Nix twice. Michael Penix wins the Heisman. I think if you like Washington, I think you have to bet Penix at 16-1. You have to. And if Washington wins, I think the Heisman Trophy goes to Michael Penix. But Oregon wins the game, Bo Nix wins. That's what it tells me, is that the market believes that Oregon wins here in Vegas on Friday night. And then the Heisman goes to Bo Nix, which is an unbelievable story. If you go back and look at his days at Auburn and who his father was with Auburn and how things did not work out, goes to Oregon and goes and wins the Heisman Trophy at Oregon. It's wild. That's such a crazy story if that's what ends up happening.
Unbelievable story.
If it happens. Texas is laying 14 to Oklahoma State. Do you know who
that for Oklahoma State?
Do you know who the biggest Oklahoma State fans are on the planet?
Everybody else.
The committee.
Of course.
The committee is they're like, go Pokes. Go Pokes.
Just make it a close game. Give them an excuse to keep them out.
Yeah.
Because the coronation that happened on Saturday or Friday, that was Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, they even brought Arch out onto the field to wave and shake hands and everything is happening for Texas.
It's the last game for Texas in the history of the Big 12. They better not need a call. That's all I'm saying. They better not need any referee assistance, or they're in deep trouble.
Stop it.
They need any help from the guys from the
They
Zeros.
ain't gonna need no help.
Okay. I mean, they rolled last week over Texas Tech, so let's see what they do to Oklahoma State on the Big 12 title game. And then one more college football story.
People want to know, is that your cold weather hat? Like you went with that hat today just for the cold weather?
This is one of, I have multiple cold weather hats, but this is, for those of you who are new, who aren't from New England, you don't know the Paperboy hat. This is the Paperboy hat.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's what this is. This is our Paperboy hats. This is our Scally Cap is the official real name of it.
Scally Cap?
If you're an Irish Bostonian, you know it. Scally Caps.
Really?
Yes. That is the actual name of the hat. But this is my Scally Cap. I have 3 of these, 3 different models that I will wear from time to time.
They're the best. I love those.
But they're very warm. They're very, very warm. They're very nice. They keep the heat in, and it's stylish, and it works. The Mountain West Conference, I learned this in real time because this burned me, and I will admit I was wrong on this because I was on UNLV. Did not realize that because the game happened on Friday night. Okay. So it happened on Friday night. If Boise had lost on Friday night, it didn't matter. It only came into play because Boise won I think they were dogs on Friday night.
Oh, to Air Force.
Okay. If Air Force wins that game.
Yeah, Air Force and Boise. Boise was a 6.5-point favorite.
They were favorite. Okay. I thought they were dogs. Okay. But I was going, okay. Did not see that. I didn't know the tiebreaker. That was on me. I did not know that the Mountain West Conference uses a computer ranking system to determine a 3-way tie. This is the dumbest. This might be the dumbest way of determining who makes a conference championship game that I've seen. And I was on Sports with Rich Cerminello, and he's like, I like it. I was like, I didn't even say it. I was like, you like it? I was like, he's like, computers are, they don't take into account. They're not emotional. I was like, this is the dumbest idea ever. UNLV is hosting this thing because they have 9 wins. That's why. I mean, Boise's hot. They're favored in this game by 2.5 for a reason.
How about that?
UNLV is trending downward. They're coming down to earth. And yet the committee's saying
they lost one game.
Lost 2 games.
I know, but like they're not trending anywhere. They won 7 games in a row before that.
Correct, but it was like last 2 games have been shaky. Okay, they were shaky in the first half 2 weeks ago. They rallied at home. On the road, couldn't do it. I mean, or actually, this was at home. San Jose State rallied and had their number, but I didn't know that they were in anyway. UNLV knew they were in the title game before they played San Jose State. It didn't matter. The game didn't matter at all. It mattered at San Jose State, and even though they did know they had to win the game, they still got left out. I mean, San Jose State goes to UNLV.
Right.
They beat the Rebels handedly, and they get screwed by, the computers don't like you guys. Sorry. You've won 6 games in a row. Yeah, but the computers don't like you guys. Sorry.
That's pretty funny, actually. Linus just came in the chat and said, isn't it amazing that the computer decided to send everybody to Vegas for the championship game instead of Boise?
Right?
Computer's pretty smart.
Computer's like, where do you want to go? Idaho or Nevada? Snow or indoors? Yeah, let's go to Vegas.
Yeah. Forget that cold blue turf bullshit.
Yeah, we're going to
Vegas,
party.
baby.
Yeah, we're going to party in the Mountain West.
Let's
go.
Go.
Saturday
Weekend in December in Vegas in a dome.
In a dome. Yeah.
Let's go.
Much better. Make sure those computers kick out the right number for us. I mean, they've got 9 wins, so they have more wins than Boise. They have 9 wins, more wins than San Jose State. But I mean, they could have gone on the road to San Jose State or hosted against Boise. Not head to head. Nope, it doesn't matter. Vegas lost to Boise State. No, they beat Boise State. San Jose State beat them. Not like your conference record, not common opponents.
They're all tied. When there's a 3-way tie, how deep can you go?
Depends. They don't play round robin.
He beat him. But
the Mountain West Conference doesn't do it. I don't think they don't play a round robin, right? In the Mountain West Conference, there's some teams that don't play, right? So you can't have the same schedule.
I think they all 3 played each other.
They did.
They had that, right. I beat him, he beat me, and all that other stuff. So
Boise lost to UNLV, but UNLV lost to San Jose State. And San Jose State beat Boise? I think they beat Boise.
Right.
I think they beat them both. I think San Jose State beat both Boise and UNLV.
Have you ever been to Idaho?
No, but I've heard it's one of the states I've never been to. And I've heard from a lot of people that Omaha and Boise are very similar cities. So I've always wanted to go to Boise to check that out. Yeah. Boise is supposed to be awesome. Just the weather sucks.
Kylie went up there for a road trip. She played, I forget what's the name of the school was, but drove from here up there on a roadie.
8, 9,
longest
10?
drive ever. Oh, I think it was a 12-hour bus trip.
Bus
and they
trip.
went up there. Oh yeah, they got smoked. Yeah, it was a bus trip. But I not looking at anything yet. I like UNLV.
I can't wait. First ever Mountain West Conference championship potentially for UNLV.
I really feel like we should go.
It's up against the SEC championship.
I know.
Game.
I said that. I know that we can record that and come back and watch it.
Not the same thing. All I'm going to be doing is watching the game on my phone.
What if we get a box or something?
Well, that's a different story. Then we can put the game on TV and watch them both at the same time.
Correct.
You do that. Okay. You find us a way into that. I'm game for sure.
All right.
They're asking people. I got the email this morning. Tickets are as cheap as $20. Mountain West is doing it right. Okay. They're making it really inexpensive. The university is going to be running shuttles from campus like all morning to get people down there.
Right.
Picking them up, bringing them back. They're hoping to get more than 25,000 people in the building. They want 30, 40,000 people in the building if they can. It seats 60. Okay. You can put as many as 60,000 people in the building, but the push is on. Cheap tickets, easy transportation. Like, what are you doing on a Saturday here in Nevada, here in Vegas? Like, what are you doing?
Midday. It's a noon game.
Come on in. Come on, take the kids. Let's go. It's a championship game format. Like, if you haven't been to a conference championship game before, here's your shot. The problem is, and they're going to try to market, I think, to Pac-12 fans to get them to go to both. You can go to Friday night and Saturday. You can go to the Pac-12 on Friday night and the Mountain West on Saturday. It's going to be a hopping weekend here in town.
Fun.
It's going to be a fun weekend here in town. There's going to be a lot of out-of-towners coming in for Oregon and Washington.
What if we get tickets to both?
I want to go Friday. Friday's going to be expensive, but I really want to go Friday. Friday night's going to be a lot of fun. That game's
We're going to have to send them. We're going to have to let them know we can't do the Friday show. If we get tickets,
they're going to hate us.
We're going to the game. We'll do content from the game.
Oh, well, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, if we get the tickets, we got to go. The winner of the game's going to the playoff.
Oh, no, I'm in.
Go.
I'm in. I think it'd be awesome. I think the environment's going to be really cool. I mean, they're coming. The Pac-12 comes here every year for their college basketball championships.
Right.
And these are college basketball schools in Washington and Oregon. They know what it's like to come to Vegas. It's an easy trip for them. And in particular from Seattle, it's a simple trip to come down.
They may not, though. They may be saving up for the playoff game.
Disagree. They're going to, I think tons of people are coming from Washington and Oregon are coming down. Tons of them are coming down. It's in a month. Playoffs are in a month. It's a long time from now. They're coming in.
That is crazy. You're right. It's a month after this.
Yeah, it's not like you win and you play the next week. No, you win and you wait a month and then you go. You can go to both. It's easy. It's not hard. So
how are they going to do that next? I guess they're going to just give them a week off and then play.
No, it's 2 weeks. It's the middle of December they start. I think it's December
3 weeks for the championship. There's just 12 teams. 12 to 6.
Yeah, they play middle of December, like the 17th, the 25th,
12 to 2 get buys, right? So it's 10.
It's like the middle of December. They play it like middle of December.
I forget how it works.
When they're playing.
12 teams.
Yeah.
12 to 6 to 3. How does that work? Don't make
no
sense.
There's going to be it's 12. There's 4 buys.
There's 4 buys.
Yeah, top 4 seeds get buys.
Oh,
yeah, and then the other teams play on, and the other teams, the top seed hosts.
Wow, Ross Randall just came in the chat. So so fly in on Friday, fly out Sunday, get 2 championship games sold.
Yep.
Ross, I'll pick you up at the airport if that's the case. That would be a hell of a phenomenal weekend, right?
It's gonna be a phenomenal. The only problem is they should always do this. The Mountain West Conference should always host their championship game here. They do that dumb thing where your top seed hosts the game. That's stupid. That's just dumb. They should play it at Allegiant, regardless of UNLV being in the Mountain West or not. They should play it here. So they just
make a new poll because the SEC title game poll ran. We got 64, 36%. 64% said Georgia, 36% said Bama wins.
I thought.
Who wins this game? Boise State or UNLV? And again, it's Monday, so just first thought. We're not holding anybody. Don't sweat putting in a pick and getting worried about blah 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 blah. blah So, I like UNLV right now. I like UNLV.
Yeah, I got to look at it more before.
It must be 12:15. Oh, it's 12:20. Okay, we just got an influx of people jumped in here. Hit the like button on the way in.
My only question is, you have a young kid playing quarterback for UNLV in the biggest game of his life. Did not play well last week. This is a big moment. This is a big game. And I just wonder about playing at home. Is that going to be almost a detriment to UNLV playing at home?
Is he out? Is the coach leaving?
Is Barry Odom gone? Given the number of openings there are around the country, I saw a list this morning and I was like, oh, he's gone.
The ink wasn't even dry on Kentucky beating Louisville, and they had him at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Like that. It was like,
but he didn't get the job though. Duke's coach up there.
I know, but that's fine. But
they wanted to hire him. The Aggie fan base revolted. The boosters revolted and said, "You're not hiring."
And again,
Mark Stoops is not coming here. Yeah.
Can we not? I don't want to hear that right after the game.
For Barry Odom, it's happening.
For anyone.
He's going to win Coach of the Year in the Mountain West Conference. He's going to be up for National Coach of the Year, and you can't keep him. UNLV can't afford to keep him. It sucks. I mean, he's going to win. If he wins the game, he is gone 100% gone, because ADs around the country are going to be circling like vultures to just run down and grab him. And he'll probably coach the bowl game and then leave.
Did you put the poll up? The people.
I thought I did, didn't I?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, what was it? What was the question again?
Who wins this game, Mountain West, Boise State or UNLV? Just win outright. I don't know.
I think we'll get a lot of UNLV people. We're going to
think?
Yeah, they're one of the top teams ATS in the country, and they're catching points now. You know what I mean?
This might be the trick.
I mean, they're 10-2 ATS on the year, and they're catching points at home in a title game. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd be curious to see what direction the number goes.
Total in that game is 58 and a half.
UNLV's defense is not very good. That's
Oh my goodness. Is that the highest total of the championship games? Yes, it is. Oh no. Oregon, Washington is 67.
67. Oh my God. That's 59.
Holy
yeah.
crap.
I think I'm gonna wait. I hope you're right. I hope it is UNLV. I don't know. Running the ball. I gotta look at Boise's numbers a little bit more. I'm gonna go back and watch that Boise UNLV game to see what happened. But all I know this. I'd rather host than not. Okay. I'd rather play in my building with my fans than not. People from Boise are going to travel.
To go up there and deal with the elements.
Yeah. And Boise's going to travel. I mean, they're going to come down here. There's going to be a lot of Boise fans here. They're coming down. It's going to be fun. All right. You mentioned it there in the top. We are looking at potentially tonight a historic week. From our friend Ben Fox in ESPN Stats and Information. There's never been a 13-3 ATS run ever in sports betting history. Vikings win tonight, and we have it 13-3, 12-3 ATS so far this week after yesterday's win and cover by the Ravens here. What are your bookmaker friends saying about this week?
Oh, well,
they crying?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit going on, but listen, the season's been pretty good up to this point. So this is one of those ones where it's usually a favorite week. Thanksgiving week, you start off losing, usually Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
They got a head start because none of the moneyline parlays or teasers carried over.
Okay.
Already were coming out from a position of being ahead. So they lost all of that and then some, got crushed. I saw Mucklow said for Caesars it was the biggest single day loss ever. But I just always used to say, like, look, you have to be prepared in those situations to minimize the loss. Like the one title that I had, in addition to like odds maker or bookmaker or whatever these guys, risk room guy, was it risk analyst? After Thursday and Friday, we got to risk analyze and go, if all the favorites cover, we're going to get buried, right? Maybe we should move the line, take some bets on the dog. Whoa. Rhombuses and parallelograms, nobody knows what to do. They may all end up on the same side. You couldn't give away a Seattle bet on Thanksgiving. They bet San Francisco. Everybody, all sides bet it. There's someone to come help you a lot of times, unless your book doesn't exist, or you just don't want to take bets. But somebody can help you get off the game. So anybody crying today ain't doing their job. I mean, it happens. Not happens like this. And I don't know, like, does it carry over to today? Do you think it does?
My handicap's got nothing to do with this. I picked the Vikings before I ever knew about this. So my handicap's on the Vikings streak, not this streak. I'm betting the streak because of the Vikings covering 6 games in a row.
Right.
And I think the Vikings, looking at Josh Dobbs, looking at the way that they've played, Justin Fields and the Bears, second game of a back-to-back on the road. I tend to always bet against the team that's going on the road for a second straight week. And this is a primetime game. Vikings defense against the Bears offense. I'm taking the Vikings defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are
opposite me.
Respected, sharp. I don't know what the word is anymore. Big money, bad guy, rhombus, parallelogram. I can't keep track. I honestly cannot keep track. But they got the Bears. They gobbled up all the 3.5s. They're gone. Line's solid 3 flat. For those of you new to the show that don't know what that term is, that's 3 minus 110. The juice is flat on both sides. Minus 110, whether you take or lay. I mean, the only move now is to move the juice. There ain't nobody after the Eagles and the Bills fell 3 yesterday. You need an act of God today to get off of the 3 on a week that all the money line parlays and all the favorite parlays and everything are leading to this. You ain't giving anybody a shot. If someone gets off 2.5 today, we'll watch it all day. I don't think anybody will. But if somebody did, they're not only going to send out the bat signal, they're going to ring the horns. They're going to alert every Discord group in the world and go, so-and-so has 2.5. Go get it for as much as you can get. So, I don't know.
On either side.
It ain't going nowhere, but the only place it goes is somebody goes, holy whatever. We got to move it and go up or down, but it ain't moving. It's going to be 3 minus 05, 3 even money, 3 dog 20. Oh, they're going to move the juice now. We're locked in. Most of the situations is probably drawn dead, which that's a poker term.
Right.
We got poker players in here like Tyler Wyatt that could explain it, but the way we used to explain it is it doesn't matter what happens, you're drawing dead. You ain't winning. Just trying to minimize something.
It's the total in this game is really interesting because I was in the under last night. That was pretty easy. And Sunday, again, has been just an automatic ATM machine under. Monday has 2. But I'm actually, given where this game is being played, the indoor nature of this game makes me rethink. The game's being bet under. It's off 44 now. Now we're at 43.5. But Dobbs in domes, him playing with this Vikings team, he's 2-0, 2 and over indoors. And
Dobbs in domes.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the BVB. I like that. Dobbs in domes. Put that on a t-shirt, Vikings fans. Dobbs in domes.
So and now this is a dome game.
Dome game.
Bears are really turnover prone. I'm very skeptical about this total. I think this thing goes over.
I tend to lean that way too.
Just because of where they're playing the game and the quarterbacks and the turnover potential for both Dobbs and Fields. I don't know if this is going to be one of those games. I was dead positive that game was going under because I was like, the Chargers are not scoring. It's the Ravens defense.
Yeah,
that was not going to happen.
You said that. We were with Tommy the Lip.
Yeah.
And he asked us before the game. You said Ravens and under. I said Ravens and over, which was perfect for, we were on opposite sides of a total and disagreeing. And it was like, he was laughing because he's like, you guys really do the show like this every day. I'm like, every time we get together, it's the same. That's why the show works because we're doing the show. We go out to lunch, we do the show.
Right.
Somebody invites us to the VIP booth at the Westgate. We go down and sit down. We do the show. Or just that's just what we do. This is a good thing for the chat right now. Put the line where you're at because Football Guy 97 just came in and said Vikes -3, -106 at Bet Rivers in PA. Eric Prezano said win in New York has Chicago +3.5.
Wow.
So you're gonna get varying things, I think, on here. I mean, it might, call attention to any 3.5s if you're looking to take the Bears, but if you could get reduced juice on the Vikings at -3. So if your guys are watching, and I know you are, or listening, you can log onto your book and put your what the line is at the books you use and the states you use them. But I don't know. There's not going to be many 3.5s out there.
Somebody's asking me a question about the Dobbs stat. I just want to pull it up real quick for Dobbs. Since he's played. So Dobbs played against Atlanta. The total was 39, 20 points over.
In Minnesota or in Atlanta?
It was at Atlanta, dome.
That was in a dome. Okay.
Yep. New Orleans at home, dome, 40.5. Game went over by 5.5 points. Last week against Denver, 43. Game fell 41.
Yeah, but that was at Denver. Outside.
Yeah. So we're 2-0 in domes with Joshua Dobbs being the quarterback for the Vikings to the over. So now Dobbs only played a little bit, only played about a half or a little over a quarter in the game against Atlanta, but he led them offensively, led them to 2 touchdowns and looked really good, and game went over. So that's why I'm leaning towards the over in this game. I'm going to help it out a little bit with the same game teaser.
So you're not including the Dobbs Arizona home games?
No. I'm talking about the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about with the Vikings, with him playing with this offense.
Right.
And I don't think Justin Jefferson's playing tonight because the bye is next week for Minnesota. So it sounds like they're going to keep him off. But if he plays, I 100% like the Vikings, and I like the over.
Why in the hell would they keep him off? I want him in the game, no?
Because you want to make sure he's completely healthy when he comes back. It's a hamstring injury that was pretty significant. So he's probably not playing tonight. But if he could play, I mean, he's eligible to come off IR if you want, but they could keep him on for 1 more week. And then they go to the bye, and then you have 2 weeks. But he could play tonight. And if he plays tonight, yeah, I like the Vikings and I like the over.
Wow.
So that's why I was so stunned. Everyone going like Bears. I'm on the Bears. I'm like, okay. 1, I like Dobbs a lot, but 2, if Jefferson plays, do you feel the same way? Like, are you gung ho on the Bears?
And the Bears can go there and win.
They can, of course.
100% they can.
They could. Don't think they're going to.
The mistake is going to cost them in the game. It might be close, but the mistake, something's going to cost them.
Look, they're 3-8. Okay. They're 1-5 on the road. You want to bet on a 1-5 football team on the road? Bless you. Go ahead.
I don't feel like you're getting enough if you only take 3.
The Vikings I've covered 6 straight games against the number, and the Bears are 1-5. They're still the Bears. The Bears are playing great football. Okay. They're still 1-5.
No, he's done it.
Like, I mean,
sorry, Bears fans, but he's right.
I mean, I get it. I mean, they've looked better of late, and it's not, what they've done, but they still lost to Detroit. Okay. They had a lead, and they still threw up all over themselves in the 4th quarter against the Lions in their last game. Like, they had that game won on the road, and they projectile vomited it back to the Lions. I was on the Lions with a teaser -2. Lions had no business winning that game.
Right.
Now you want me to go and back that team on a second consecutive road game in the division?
Good.
In the division, by the way,
I don't want to do that.
I mean, in the division, just so you know, the Bears are 0-3 against the division. They're 2-5 against the conference straight up. The Vikings are 6-2 against the NFC, and they're 2-0 against the division. Now, all that means nothing. Okay, they can lose the game. It's just those just numbers going into the game. But if you're talking about where I'm putting money down on, I'm not backing Chicago. Like I'm not backing Chicago.
Mr. C just came in the chat and said the mistake is going to come in their secondary, and it's going to be Addison that capitalizes.
He's been great for the Vikings. He really has. And
go.
Dobbs have a nice chemistry. They do.
Right?
Yep. They really do.
Like him to score a touchdown?
I don't bet those. I do. I don't know. I don't bet. Anytime touchdowns are really rare. Props have become more and more rare for me. I went 2-0 yesterday, but I'm narrowing down what I'm betting, and I'm doing much better by just taking the ones I like versus like spraying the board and taking a bunch. I Tank Dell
That's
over
good advice right there.
Yeah, I had Tank Dell over 4.5 receptions yesterday, which came in really easily. He was a huge weapon. And then I did not think Derrick Henry was going to get to 71.5 yards rushing. He somehow did. With the last drive, he got to 76. I had written that off as a loss, and I had to go back and check it. I was like, wait, I won that bet? I was like, whoa, hold on a second. Okay. So I went 2-0 on props. I've hit my last 6 prop bets. I went 4-0 on props last weekend. I went 2-0 yesterday by just narrowing down what I'm betting on and not going nuts.
Right.
Just looking at it more, more analytically and not, I don't know. So anytime touchdowns are so random, like it's just, that's why they're plus money, because they're just random. And like some guys are really likely to score, and Addison to score tonight is fairly decent, but Hawkinson to score tonight is probably the better bet. Him and Dobbs have been awesome in the red zone together.
Chris Brady just came in the chat and said one more longest completion, Joshua Dobbs over 34.5.
Under.
Longest completion?
Unless Jefferson's playing. Yeah. I would say under. It's a long pass play. 34 yards is a long pass play.
Bears give up long pass plays, don't they?
Bears give everything. Bears just give it up. They give up everything. It's the Bears.
Konowinski came in the chat, wants to know, is your hatred of the Bears because of the Super Bowl in 85?
Nothing to do with hatred. The Bears suck. Matt Eberflus, they wanted him fired. The Bears are bad. Okay? Bears are bad. Like, let's just establish what the Bears are. The Bears are bad. They're a 3-win football team. Okay. They have one more win than the Patriots do. Okay. All right. 3 wins. Patriots have 2. So let's not talk about how great the Bears are. Okay. Everyone's hoping the Bears are. It's amazing. I've never seen a franchise. People want them to be good so badly, and they're not. Like they just talk about them so much, like the Bears. Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields. Got a bad coach and a bad roster.
Bad coach, bad roster.
Okay. And I mean, put him on a good team. Maybe Justin Fields is much better. Maybe he's a great quarterback. I don't know. I like him a lot. He's incredibly talented. But look what he did in the first half against the Lions, and look what they did in the second half against the Lions. And that's all you got to know about what that team is like.
RJ just came in a chat and said, I'm a Bears fan and I feel no hate. It's just the sad truth.
Okay.
Thank you, RJ.
Eagles, the line, it fell 3. After all that, it fell 3.
Which, by the way, we said on the Thanksgiving show.
Yeah.
On Wednesday of last week, because it was 3.5 when we did the show.
Yeah.
We were talking it out, and it was like, man, we like the Eagles to win a game, but not sure. And then we went back and forth and said, what if the game falls 3? We'll talk to somebody last night, who said that was not an ideal situation because it closed 2.5 in a lot of places.
It got middled.
So not only if you close as 3, you get sided, which means all the bets fall on a number on one side and you only pay the one side. That's sided. When you get middled is when you take all the bets at plus 3.5 and you take more bets at 2.5 and the game falls in the middle and you pay everybody. And that has a meeting usually on Monday. And they go, how can this happen? Well, the game went to overtime because this guy from Philly hit a 58-yarder in an absolute monsoon downpour, ridiculous kick.
Elliott made a 58-yarder in the rain, and the kicker Amendola from the Texans hit the crossbar from 58 in a dome.
Oh, man, that thing just hit the doink.
I mean, but that's how crazy that kick was for Elliott.
Oh.
I mean, like, I put it up there with it's different stakes. But in terms of difficulty, that was like the Adam Vinatieri kick against the Raiders.
That was incredible.
He hit a 58-yard kick in the downpour rain in the cold of Philadelphia. Are you serious? Outdoors.
That was impressive.
Oh,
How that
what a
ball was.
kick.
I mean, that was going through. But then Buffalo wins the toss, gets the ball, goes down, and can't get in the end zone. They got to kick a field goal. So they could win. And it does fall 3 the other way, and there's no problem. But no, the Eagles drive all the way down the field. Hurts runs it in, does the thing like this when he gets in the end zone. Place goes crazy. Newbie was at the game. He flew home to see everybody.
Really?
Flew home to see everybody for Thanksgiving. So, his parents
Nice.
have had season tickets at the Eagles forever. He said it was the best game he's ever been to.
Really?
Best in-person game he's ever been to. And he's been to a lot.
Wow.
But he said the
That's
way they
great.
came back
Yeah.
and the explosion. I mean, because Buffalo had that game in control at halftime.
Right.
It looked like Buffalo was actually going to continue the season. Like, where do the Bills go now? They go home. This is
That's it? It's a wrap?
they got to win the rest of their games. I think they got to win the rest of their games. They have a bye.
Yep.
I think they got to win out. 4 out of 5 may not get it done.
4 out of 5 may not get it done.
If they have to win a division, so they need Miami to blow a couple.
The remaining schedule is Kansas City on the road after the bye, Dallas at home, Chargers on the road, Patriots at home, Dolphins on the road. They're gonna
That
win
has to
out.
be 4-1 minimum or 5-0.
They're
They have
6 and 6
wins right now.
They're 6 and 6. Yep.
Yeah, so 11-6 is perfect. They're winning every one of those games.
No.
No way.
No way. No way. Not even no way. They're going to be victimized by having a first place schedule. That's the problem.
They're going to be victimized by playing so conservative on defense when they have the lead Let them get down and get even a shot at a field goal. We were sitting together, kept saying a lip because he's screaming at the TV. He's so frustrated because he got Buffalo, I think, to make the playoffs at a nice price. Now it's crazy. They're to make the playoffs is 5-1.
Wow.
Today. They were minus 120 to make the playoffs yesterday. So they moved it a lot.
I mean the yes or the no?
You got to lay 5-1 now. I think you get plus 400. Check it. What's Buffalo to make the playoffs right now? It's a big plus. That's a big parlay they got to get because they got to win. There's 4 teams with 8 wins in the AFC.
I mean, they're just Dallas and KC alone.
Right.
Like just that alone is going to be like, make the playoffs. FanDuel has the Buffalo Bills to make the playoffs. It's minus 500 no, plus 360 on the yes.
Yeah. Can't say it's wrong. I'd lay it before I said yes.
1-5 coming back. Wow. Okay. Yikes. So your Steelers.
Yes, sir.
Are they the worst? Are they the worst 7-4 team we've seen in quite a while?
We have a problem right now.
We do?
All right, put your fucking listening glasses on. When you put this in the headline, I was like, wait a sec. I was going to have you change it. And I said, no. Because I'm going to take 30 seconds.
We're not changing this.
We're not changing it because you put the rundown together. I was going to.
You think your team is good?
This is bullshit. See what I'm saying? You and everybody else besmirching the Steelers. They're 7-4. What else you got to do?
Hold on. You're betting against the Steelers in week 1 of the playoffs, right?
We ain't in the playoffs yet.
When you're in the playoffs, you are betting against your own team. So this is a this is a Fugazi rant. This means nothing.
No!
This is not real.
This is not.
You will bet against your own team in the playoffs because you know your team's not good. You're 7-4. You're getting break after break after break. It's awesome. I'm on over 8.5 wins. I double bet it by mistake. Win 10 games. Win 11. I don't care. I'm all good. Okay? I got 2 bets riding on the Steelers over 8.5. I didn't realize it. I didn't mean to, but I double bet it. Okay. So I am all in on the Steelers winning 9, 10, 11, 12. You're not good. Like you're not good.
Oh, you can't keep saying that. They're 7-4.
Correct.
They're in the playoffs if the season ended today.
And they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs. Their schedule is easy.
Give the people their next 4 games.
It's almost embarrassing how easy their schedule is the rest of the way.
Whoa. Nothing's embarrassing.
Oh, I mean,
you're embarrassing.
It's a pretty
Worst
embarrassing
team you've seen in a while. What the hell does that even mean?
7-4 team. You play Arizona next.
Winning that game.
Patriots next. Win.
Damn right we're winning that game. I told you that in August. That you should.
I want you to win. That's great. I want you guys to. I want you. Thank
you.
It helps me when you lose. When you win.
That's 9. Go ahead.
At the Colts.
Damn it, we could lose that game.
Fine, but then you play home for Cincinnati. Team you just beat on the road.
Jake Browning's still playing?
Yeah, of course he is. Who else is playing?
10 wins right there. Who's next?
At Seattle.
That's going to be a tough game. Go ahead.
And then at Baltimore.
That probably ain't going to mean nothing for them.
Or you. I mean, anything for you too.
That might mean a home wild card game.
Okay, maybe. Or maybe you're in. I mean, you could have already clinched a wild card spot by then. You're winning the next 2 games. You're beating Arizona. You're beating Patriots. There's 9. Okay.
Right. That'll get us over the total.
And Indy is bad.
Whoa.
Indy's bad.
No. Let's do it.
Indy's bad.
Indy's in the playoffs today.
Indy's bad.
Talking about
Shane Steichen in
6-5.
You're beating Indianapolis. Okay. Gardner Minshew is a walking turnover. You will beat them at Indianapolis. Yeah. You will beat them at Indianapolis.
Are you sure about this?
I may not lay points, but you're winning that game. Yes. I think you win your next 3 games. I think you'll be 10-4.
You ever hear the Steelers polka song from back in the day?
I have not.
You should.
Don't think I want to.
You should listen to it. It's really good. I don't want to get anybody.
Steelers.
I don't want to get anybody coming after us, but we're from the town with the great football team. We are the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is fun as hell for me.
Should be.
I knew they were going to win yesterday. Grandma, Pap, the game was on locally. It was great. Yep. He's yelling at the screen. The offense is back, baby.
You scored 16 points.
We have 425 yards.
You scored 16 points. Offense is back my
First
ass.
time in 58 games.
That's embarrassing.
Running
It's
passing. Kenny
embarrassing.
Pickett, 2
Great.
gloves. I got
He
2 gloves for you.
Bengals defense
That's how many
sucks.
wins we're gonna have.
Bengals
10.
defense sucks, by the way, just so you know. It's
Oh.
really Bengals defense sucks, just so you know. They're injured and they suck. And their quarterback is Jake Browning. So, like, you scored 16 points. Can we not talk about the offense? Can we not talk about the offense? You scored 16 points. Like, give me a break, okay?
I got to work on the red zone stuff, but we're there.
You work on everything. You work on everything.
What do you mean? Najee looked great yesterday. He's running people over. Warren outside. And you
16.
know the whole key to the whole thing?
16 points. He scored 16 points.
He
was great. He was great. 16 points.
Kenny's looking over the middle because he got the tight end back.
That's great. That'll get shut off in your next game. Better have something else. But yeah, it's good. I mean, look, again, win 10, 12. I don't care.
There. I mean, seriously, another under.
They're a machine. They're under machines.
That was great. I got my Steeler beanie too.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's a nice hat. Okay, so let's get to this here. Patriots lose. Titans win.
Oh dear God.
If the Vikings lose tonight, we will be down to 80 left for $9.2 million in the Circa Survivor. 9,200 plus started, down to potentially 80 if the Vikings lose tonight. Titans won, Patriots did not. Vikings going tonight. Chiefs won, Colts won, Rams won, Steelers won, Falcons won, Ravens won, Jaguars won, Eagles won, Chargers did not. That one guy who had to use the Chargers against the Ravens.
Right.
You are out. Down to 149, now 148 with tonight pending here. I posted this at the top. If you guys are listening on Sirius XM, let me read it to you guys. Circa Sports wants this to be known. If someone tries to sell you a Circa Sports Million or Survivor entry, we recommend consulting a legal professional. There's no rule against outside agreements, but we don't enforce or arbitrate them. The entrant on the sign-up form controls distribution of winnings. So if you do the math right now with 148 entries that are left for $9.2 million, the entry is currently worth 148, $62,000.
Correct.
62,000. And if it
Take
turns down
back, go back to us.
So if you come back to if you come back to 9.2 million, and we're down to 80 after tonight, it could be worth $115,000.
Numbers real.
$115,000.
Numbers real now.
If you hold one of those entries, and this is when people start to come out of the woodwork. Okay, if you're one of those lucky 80 people, and we know one of them, if the Vikings lose, if down to 80, we know someone who has an entry. People will start to ask. You'll start to see people come out of the woodwork and say, "I want in. I'll give you a piece. Just know that that's an arrangement that has nothing to do with Circa."
No.
So they are
and
out
nothing to
of
do
that.
with us. We're not
Nope.
lawyers, and don't you pretend to play one sometimes when you're a counselor, and I could have been a lawyer, and I instead went to Curacao and got a PhD in the bookie business. So I learned it down there. But there's a lot going on right now with a lot of people because he thinks that this is real. We sweated it out with our guy. He had Tennessee. But you want to talk about a gut punch, a donkey kick to the nuts. Sends the pick Saturday. We looked at each other like, really? All right. Please. I mean, Carolina's terrible, bad, super bad, shit, caca, all of it.
They were in the game in the fourth quarter.
I know.
They were in the game. Carolina could have won that game.
I know. Please not relive this. But now, if the Vikings go down today, which again, I don't think they will, but they could.
Agreed. They could.
This is going to be like every day. We're going to be like, what is he sending? What do you think? Like we're sweating this for real with him now as the Brigade Proxy service. When you guys do these contests here in Vegas and you use us for the service, like I'm rooting for every one of you to win. Like we got guys that are
in the millions. We got guys in the millions.
We got guys
in the Westgate.
Don't even say it. The Wong and the Wang and all this other stuff is happening there. And we got from A to Z working in the Circa. Like this is real. This is so much fun. It's been awesome. But like, you know, this is it's worth six figures, and it's December.
This thing goes till the 7th of January.
You can see the availability chart for every guy left, so you can see what we're rooting for and what he's rooting for and all that
And
stuff.
remember, if you're in Circa, if you're in the Survivor, Christmas is its own week.
Right, which is why you can't pick, like, you'll see guys with Philly and Kansas City left, one or the other most likely, and they can't pick them like during the week. Like, you can't, because you got to save somebody for that day. So,
I mean,
this is the chat wants to know why you called my beanie with the Steelers cute. Did you say cute?
It's cute. I like it.
That sounds mocking. Are you mocking me?
No, I'm mocking you. It looks weird with a Viking jersey. It's a little counterintuitive, but
I can't change the jersey.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's nice.
Cute.
Yeah, I like the beanie that Madeline was wearing today. It's cute. That little ball on top makes it cute. It's kiddish. The BBB beanie.
Bostonian versus the book. This is
a
Chef Benny creation.
Chef Benny BVB beanie. How many B's can you put into one thing?
B's and the C's play today?
No, B's play. The C's don't. Panthers fire their head coach Frank Reich after the loss to the Titans.
What a mess.
Look, if you're a Panther fan, I don't know what to tell you, because you pushed the chips all in on Bryce Young. You didn't draft CJ Stroud, and now Frank Reich is out. This job wasn't very attractive after last year when they blew out Matt Rule and having to pay him for 4 more years. Now, who wants this job? David Tepper is a complete meddler. I mean, he's the new Daniel Snyder. Like, he's involved in everything. You traded away your first round pick, your number 1 pick. You have the worst record in the NFL. You should have the top pick in the draft, and you're not going to have it. It's the Bears. They've got your pick.
It's a mess.
It's a great move by the Bears. I mean, in hindsight, that's going to go down as one of the best trades in a long time.
Right.
Bears were brilliant to do that. It's going to benefit them so well. They get to figure out whether they want to keep Justin Fields and draft a tackle or somebody or a defensive player, or they get to move off of Justin Fields and trade him for something else and then take whoever quarterback that they want, Caleb Williams or whomever. Can Caleb Williams play in the snow? Can he play in Chicago?
I think he got the best opportunity to, because he grew up in the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
But DC, a kid from the South or the West that never played in that, except for going like 1 game a year to Washington State or something and hoping to get it cold. If you're going to go to Chicago, you're going to go to New England, you're going to go to Cleveland and be the quarterback, you got to be a mudder. That's a horse term for a horse that can run in the mud, in the muck. I don't know.
Roethlisberger, Brady, they all.
Brady was a West Coast kid that went to Michigan. He played in practice in the cold
all the time.
Roethlisberger grew up in Ohio and played all his games in Ohio in the MAC, and he played in some ridiculously cold games in high school. So it was another day at the office, you know. I don't know. How do you go with Carolina? Like, Carolina's been a go against in a Survivor.
It's a tough. Obviously. Be careful with the dead cat bounce could be real for the Panthers this week. Real danger.
Rob L says, we can't. You guys can mock me all you want in the chat. I love all of you. You can say whatever you'd like. I was worried about can't mock me because you said cute. I know what you.
Oh, stop! It's fine. We're just playing around.
Looks good.
Sheppy,
Tampa
relax.
is at home against Carolina. Did you dare use Tampa?
No.
In a Survivor this week?
No, because I'm on the under 6.5 wins for Tampa. So go Panthers. I want the Panthers to win this game desperately. Be awesome. They have 4 wins.
Wow.
I'm live. The 6.5, I thought it was dead. It's still live. I got a shot. Be awesome. They lose this game, I'm really live.
Wow.
Things are falling apart in Tampa. It's not good right now. Baker's commenting in the media, guaranteeing they're going to fix it. Things are broken. Things are wrong. This can't continue, blah, blah, blah. looking like they're going to make a coaching change at the end of the year. I would not use Tampa in Survivor. I think people are going to have to screw those.
I think this will be crazy, a sneaky play.
To take Tampa or take the Panthers?
To take Tampa.
That's a sneaky play? How is that sneaky? They're 1-10.
When else are you going to use them?
Yeah, of course. Everyone's been fading. That's why people took the Titans this week. When else are you going to use them? Everyone's been betting against the Panthers. I'm just saying, look, we've talked about this. You look at it. Edmonton fired their coach. They won the next game. The Bills fired their OC. They won the next game. Like the Steelers fired their OC, won the next game.
And they look good on offense.
Okay, I'm 3-0, 3-0, 4. I think it's one other team I'm forgetting. I'm 4-0 doing this when you go ahead and bet on the team that fires their coordinator or head coach this season. Just fired their head coach. Oh, Antonio Pierce, Raiders, 4-0. Like fired the dead cat bounce is a real thing this year. There's 4-0 teams that have fired their coach, won the next game. You want to lay $1,000 plus a $60,000 bet or maybe $115,000 money line bet?
I'm getting thinking about that.
$115,000 bet. You want to lay that down on the $10 No way. This is not the week to go against the Panthers. I'm just saying you can do it, but good luck and don't cry if you lose because it's right there. All the evidence is right in front of you why you should not take Tampa this week and use somebody else.
CBW just came in and said Syracuse fired their coach and they even won.
See? See?
He's our Syracuse guy up in Oswego.
Okay?
Come on, bro.
He's right. Be careful. All I'm saying is be careful betting on the Panthers to lose this week. You might just get burned.
Chef Benny said his options are Bucks, Rams, or Steelers this week.
Steelers. Take the Steelers. Yes. Take the Steelers. Against the Cardinals?
Against Arizona?
Yes. Out in the cold? Yes.
In Pittsburgh? Yes. In December, baby.
Yes. Take the Steelers.
Come and get some.
They're going to be the number one team. That's your survivor pick. If you have the Steelers available, that's your survivor pick.
Is it?
In my opinion, yes. Murray's going to run for his life. TJ Watt's going to eat him alive.
Eat him up.
That's no. West Coast trip? Yes, that's an auto. 100%. Benny, there's your pick. Take the Steelers.
Very, very confident with that.
Look. I'm not talking about covering.
Aren't the Chargers going to beat New England?
I hope so. I mean, I hope. I don't know, but I hope.
We got BBB bonus time coming up, and you haven't even mentioned. I tried to get Smalls to come on the show today to talk about the Giants beating the Patriots.
Because she knows. Did you see the person? See what she posted with that guy's rant? The Giant fan who's kicked out his fandom because they won. He's furious with the Giants because they won. Giant fans are pissed off that they won.
Really?
Yeah, they have 4 wins now. They're going to draft in the middle of the first round.
Oh,
look at the teams: Panthers, Bears, Cardinals, Patriots. I mean, these are the teams now competing for the one. Giants are dead. They're gone. They're not getting the one pick. They're furious.
Other guys available. What's the problem?
Giants, because they want one of the top quarterbacks.
That's not an easy place to play quarterback either.
Nope.
Especially when you ain't got no offensive line.
Nope. I agree. It's funny because everyone's like, why do the Patriots want the first pick? Bill's going to just go ahead and Bill's not going to be the guy making the pick. That's the difference. This is going to be a new regime coming in.
News. Your Bill's gone.
Even though he denied it this morning, he was asked that question point blank.
You think he's gone?
I do. I told you last week. Belichick's gone.
I know. You said it this morning when I stopped over at the house.
He's gone. Belichick's going. I think he's going to the Chargers or the Giants, one of the two. And I can see
what was that Washington nonsense?
Because I think he could have full control. I mean, I think Washington. Yeah, they'd give him full control. They'd say take over.
I don't even have showers there that work.
Right. Yeah, I don't think. I think you're right.
He ain't going to Washington.
Fair, I would agree. But Giants, the Mara family he's tight with the Mara family, and then I think the Chargers with Spanos. I think that they've got a quarterback in Justin Herbert that's tremendous, great talent, and a shit coach. So
West Coast for Bill to finish his career, or back where it started. Didn't he start with the Giants? With Parcells?
First defensive coordinator. He started with the Browns. He was bringing the Browns.
Oh, it was coach. Browns. Okay.
But then he became a D coordinator with the Giants that won 2 Super Bowls. So I think going to the Giants is a very real possibility after they fire Dabble. But we'll see what happens. How that all plays out. For you guys who are watching the show, you can go ahead and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. This is a great way of pointing your camera at this and getting yourself a direct link. Point your camera at it. It'll go directly to Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us there. You'll never miss the show. If you ever miss it live or need it on the go, Apple Podcasts is a great way of going ahead and doing that. Take that QR code. You guys can do that to subscribe, rate, review there as well. We'd appreciate any of you guys who go ahead and do that. That helps us when it comes to people saying who listens and who watches your show. Well, that's how we appreciate all of you guys. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, stay here. You guys are getting bonus time for you guys who are live on SiriusXM or watching the replay on Sports Grid Television. We are back tomorrow for another episode of BVB.
Check up.
What did I say wrong?
You didn't say nothing. I looked down while you put that QR code up, which tomorrow we're putting that up at the beginning of the show too, just to give people options and see what happens. I just want to see who's watching, see if we get more downloads. That's all. Don't worry about it. Okay. Anybody comes at us, have them come email me or text me or DM me at SportsBK Can Sing. Okay. No, I looked down at the chat, and between these two, I mean, there's zingers all the time in the chat when you watch the show. But Dave's Daily Pick said Bill would love some Orange County Cougars.
True.
So that's that. He ain't talking about no high school football team either. Orange County Cougars and title shots for Bill to finish out the string would be unbelievable.
Just cover up those Ring doorbells.
So then Whitrock comes in over the top. Kevin Whitrock, who I got to work on. I got to get Whitrock a hat. I'm going to get some more done this week, boys. So send the DMs. It's Cyber Monday. We're going to try to put together some other things, but send a DM to Boston versus the book on the Twitter or email the show. Perrault, what's the email for the people?
AskTheBVB@gmail.com.
Thank you, sir. Whitrock comes in and says right under him, video evidence. Bill doesn't shower in the morning, so no showers at the stadium is no problem.
Good point. Yep. Got to grab and go, right? You can't have time, can't hang around for coffee and bacon. You just got to roll.
You just say grab and go.
You got to grab it all and go, just rip by. Thanks for coming. You wake up. Oh, no. Where am I? Uh-oh. Where did I go? Oh, no. Oh, right. Oh, no. She looks different in the morning.
Oh, man.
I gotta go.
What are we doing?
You gotta go. Hey, we've all been there, That walk of shame is tremendous at 65 or 70, 69. Shit, I hope I'm doing a walk of shame at 69. That's phenomenal. That's awesome. Good for you, Bill. Go. I love it. That's tremendous. Oh, I love that.
The whole brigade and all the married guys are going to be living vicariously through you as we continue on this journey together. You're going to be like,
it's going to be fun.
Perrault was what? He's having title shots? Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I don't kiss and tell. Come on now.
No, I know.
Bill doesn't either. Bill gets caught. Bill kisses and gets caught.
We ain't going to worry about catching. We ain't doing
Ring doorbells are not your friend. Cover those things up when you're walking out the door, fellas. Cover those things up. When you're walking out the door, hand over the doorbell. You don't want any evidence coming back because you don't control those things. They're motion detection. So you walk by, bam, it clicks right on. That's how Bill got caught. He was in some dingy place too. He was like down on the Cape. He was on the South Shore. You can see those houses anywhere.
We know that?
I know those houses anywhere. Like I know where he was, like in Quincy. Like he was down in that part of the state is where Bill was. Right by the water. All that siding that's sea, like wind and ocean air protected. They're all houses by the water.
Damn, bro.
It's awesome. Okay, run through them quick on NBA for tonight. Pacers 9-1 to the over at home, but the Sharps, of course, are betting under tonight against Portland.
They never learn.
They can't help themselves.
They just refuse to believe something until it just turns their way.
They'll be right eventually.
Never go back.
Yeah, they'll be right eventually. I mean, eventually they'll be right.
100%.
But
seen it for a long time.
Probably not.
It's going to go under. Is it?
It hasn't.
Is it against Portland?
They're 14-1. Portland plays no defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, pick a game that it's going to actually go under.
Right. They're betting under.
I don't know. I ain't buying it.
Denver has lost 4 of 6, and they're catching 6 points against the Clippers. This team is not very good right now. Defending champs look sluggish.
No.
Tired.
Maybe.
Injured. Murray.
The line's 7.5.
Woo! We're up 1.5 already.
Yeah, big guy must not be playing, right?
Right. Boy. All right. So that's the Clippers are the
Clippers
side.
Are aggravation at home, though. I was watching them the other night against New Orleans. I was betting them in game. They were down 22 or something early.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll jump on them here just to take a shot. You know, I wasn't even thinking that they would just to get close and then lay it with New Orleans. They come all the way back and we're winning in the third quarter. And I was like, holy crap. Now I got to bet the Pelicans. So I was going back and forth. Then I watched down the stretch. They got all these great players, but nobody knows who's supposed to get the ball at the end. I don't know. They're going to beat Denver tonight, but you heard the lip yesterday. Clippers are the second only team that can beat Denver in the West. Really? I mean, there's a lot of guys that are thinking that right now. I don't even think tonight's is a good measuring stick for that. If they don't play, if Murray ain't playing, which he's not, right? No. He's out. And
big guy, Jokic.
If Joker's not playing, this doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Lakers are on the East Coast against the Sixers tonight. Sixers are home favorites, laying 6. LeBron not playing?
Little high. Saw it last night, and I stopped at the Suncoast on my way home. I was like 5.5.
Now it's 6.
Thought it was a little steep then. Oh, Aaron Gordon is out tonight. Akbar, my guy. Thank brother.
You. Okay.
Yeah, he's out. Plus Murray has been out. And it's a back-to-back, which, again, they bet those back-to-backs. Now I'm starting to think Denver might be the side. This feels too high. 6 everywhere except one place. One place down south just moved to 5.5. You guys watching the show, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You know,
seems heavy.
Hit the like button.
To hockey, Tampa Bay's at Colorado. This is the game of the night in hockey. Vasilevsky is playing. It is number ones. Okay. Georgiev against Vasilevsky.
Do I have a blind spot for Tampa? I don't understand this move down.
Because they won 8-2 in the game he came back. He's been back for one game. He looked awesome. Their goalie's back. Their guy's back.
I know, but there's 20 guys on a hockey team.
Yep.
I think I have a little bit too much of a high opinion of Colorado. And I need to watch Tampa a little bit more. Because I thought, the line's right, 140, 150. And it's down to 120.
Oh, wow. That's a big move. It was 140 this morning. It's 120 now.
Circa's 123. Woo. Everywhere else is minus 30. There's minus 25.
So they were waiting. Okay, they were waiting for confirmation that it was going to be Vasilevsky. And once it was confirmed at about 11 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
Pacific time.
Oh, well, again, and this is why we love you guys doing the show. We got wrenches that are keeping people from coming in and starting shit in the chat and all this other stuff. But we got another guy, Addison, who just came in and said Nathan McKinnon is a game time decision because he's sick. So if Nathan McKinnon's not playing for the Avalanche, boom, the money will come.
Is the total still 6.5?
The total is, hit refresh, 6.5 under minus 20 now.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the under in the game a lot.
Okay.
Vegas against Calgary is the other good game tonight. Back-to-back for Vegas. Don't care.
What was the result yesterday?
They lost to Arizona 2-0 at home. Got blanked.
Oh, that was Saturday.
That was last night. It was Saturday night? Oh, it's not back-to-back then. Yeah, the last game played.
Yeah, that was Saturday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had an offer to go to that game from one of our Brigade guys, Andy.
Oh, nice.
Sent me a text and said, I know it's last minute, and I would have loved to have gone. I couldn't go because I had to get some stuff cleaned up at the house. The kids left with Jess, and she said, can you take care of this? And I said, yes. So I couldn't go. Otherwise, anyone ever has a ticket to the hockey game, let me know. I'll go because I love going. That was a huge surprise.
Yeah, you think? Getting shut out at home to Arizona? Yeah. Bounce back spot here for Vegas.
You think so?
Yes.
Why is it only 115?
No idea why. It's a weird.
That makes
Vegas
me
has
go
lost. They've lost 3 or 4.
right. Having
Bounce back.
problems scoring goals right now, Perrault.
Bounce backs, but Hill's in net. Thompson was in net last time.
Gotta be an under.
Probably, but it's Calgary, so be careful. I looked at it last night.
I don't know.
Careful. I mean,
Okay.
you know, they are. Markstrom is a roller coaster ride, so he can give up 5 or give up none. So
Right.
he's tough. I'd rather just
Yeah.
pick the side. It's a low price on Vegas, and then finally, Washington's not good. Sharks have been decent at home.
Right.
Take a shot at the money line plus 180 on the Sharks tonight.
Plus a goal and a half got to be a must. No,
Maybe, right?
I think that's the play.
You're gonna let a little
money.
juice. Yeah, a bit a little juice,
Right.
probably.
Even money.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's the Sharks, so it's a little bit nuts. Before we do better or book it, do you want to talk about this on the show tomorrow?
Yep.
In prime time? Okay,
We can talk about that tomorrow.
We'll get that tomorrow. So then we'll do that. We'll save that topic for
Yep.
For tomorrow. That means it's time for bet it or book it. Load them up here. Bruins puck line. I bet these all last night. I don't know what the price is now. Bruins puck line against Columbus. Bruins gave up 7 goals to the Rangers in their last game.
This would be a good spot to bet the Bruins.
They've lost 3 or 4. They're going to annihilate Columbus tonight.
This is going to be a good spot to bet the Bruins, I think.
Yeah. They're mad.
I'd say this is a good bet. Bruins are winning.
It's Swayman tonight, so I doubt Columbus is not scoring with Swayman in net. So Olmark's been really interesting this year, up and down. He got lit up by the Rangers, who still gave up 4 goals. And people were like, "Oh, you gave up 4 goals and you won 7-4," but still gave up 4 goals to the Bruins. Vegas money line against Calgary. I got 120 last night.
Say book this. I don't know why. This is something's not right.
Okay.
Something's I would sit in a book and take bets all day on Vegas and I'd say book that one.
Under 6.5 Tampa and Colorado.
I like this. McKinnon may not play.
Yeah.
We got Vasilevsky back.
Yep.
Under feels safer than a side in this one.
I think we're gonna get like a playoff type atmosphere. They only play 2 times. This is Tampa's only time playing in Colorado this year, so it's a chance to get after it and kind of like these 2 teams who play against each other in the playoffs in the finals. I mean, if Tampa can keep going with the way they're going, Colorado's going to be there. We know that. So big game, I think, playoff type game and great goaltending, I think, for both Georgiev and Vasilevsky. So I'm going under 6.5. I got a worse number, but I'm betting over Portland, Indiana, over 242.
I cannot make a case for the under, other than I just want to run my head against the wall and keep betting under until I'm right.
Right. That's what's happening. Keep betting under. I'm keeping on betting over. 9-1 to the over for Indiana.
Right.
Vikings -3.
I think this is the side, Perrault.
Okay. And then I am creating my own middle.
Oh, look at you.
Bears +9, over 38.
Why you got to do this? Oh, because you're rolling. You had another good Sunday. A lot of people had good Sundays. This is what they do. They come in.
I've hit 4 straight, I think 3 straight same game teasers. I'm doing well with these same game teasers.
I know.
I think the under's in play. I mean, the over's in play. I think you could just bet the over if you want to do this. Just bet the over 43.5.
You know what I do every time you come with these same game teasers? I say book it,
and you lose.
And you are going to go over.
Yeah, 38 from 44 down to 38. You can get 37.5 now.
That's what's going to get you.
You think lower? Wow. See, I think the game goes over. I think
the game goes over too. But that's why you'll lose the teaser. If it's not because of the side. I think the game will be close enough. Are the Vikings blowing out the Bears?
No, Vikings play 1-score games against everybody.
That's what I mean. Like that's
+9's good.
Great.
So then what about plus? So do you think it goes under 38?
No. If you lose this teaser,
right. Because here's my worry. Okay, so I thought about flipping it around. 50. Okay, are we going over 50? I don't know, because if the game goes over 44, it's only one more touchdown and we get beat on that side.
Right.
That was my theory of like, man, if I like the over, I don't like it.
Take it down and go over.
Yeah,
but it's a prime time game. I mean,
right.
But you go move it up and take under 50.
Again, I'm concerned with it just because
this is a game that it very well could go over.
everyone's going to be on the under. I've been on the under blindly, Sunday, Monday nights, bet under. Let them score 41 and then I get there. My thought is by pulling it down below 44, I'm getting below 44, below 43, and before 41. I'm crossing the key numbers total wise. I'm getting down. So I'm pulling it through key total numbers.
Yeah, no doubt you are.
And 24-20 gets me there. So I'm like, okay, and 28-20 gets me there. And like, I guess it covers both numbers, but it gets me 2017 doesn't get me there, but 21-17 does.
Well, now all the numbers in the 40s cover. Get over.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
The game's going to fall very close to the total.
And by the way, tomorrow I'm doing some research on this. It went viral today, but ESPN bet might be if you do a 6 or 7 game parlay and you push on one of the legs, they void the whole ticket.
One push, all push on a parlay?
Yeah.
Instead of dropping off? A 6-teamer doesn't become a 5-teamer?
So I'm doing some research on that.
That got to be a software issue.
I'm trying to figure that out. If that went viral today, so I was going to talk about we'll save for tomorrow. See if that actually is truth or not, because it went viral today with a guy who had a 17 parlay that they voided the whole thing. He pushed on one leg and it voided the whole thing. He won, but it voided the whole thing.
Got to be kidding me.
Right. I was like, that's not really happening, is it not? I was like, and then someone tried to tell me that ESPN bet was limiting teasers. They're only making you do a same game teaser on ESPN bet. You have to use their numbers. You can't tell them which direction you want to go. They tell you.
Oh, they have the teasers pre-made. That's a new software thing.
That's complete bullshit. If that actually is what
it's 100%.
Complete bullshit. Like that's horrific if that's what takes on. If people are going to start doing that consistently, that is absolutely awful.
Right.
Get out of here. Like that. You're not telling me what direction I want to take the game, okay? Because you know what direction you think it's going to go. So
you know what they do. So like tonight, it would be Vikings plus 2.5.
Right. Yes. They walk you into it. They walk you off the cliff.
8.5.
Yes. They walk you off the cliff.
They leave you a point short.
Yes. Right.
And they charge you the same price. I know every move that they're doing. It ain't right. Everybody wants sports betting to go legal. Be careful what you fucking wish for, because you got people that are doing it and thinking people won't know. Thank God we got people here and the chat and stuff. And
ESPN bet in Virginia. How about Iran Sean? ESPN bet in Virginia does not allow teasers. Somebody told me that yesterday on the Juice Discord channel. I said, I need screenshots. He's like, let me get them for you, because I'm like, wait a minute. You can't. It's like, no, I can only tease what they tell me I can tease. I can't tease what I want. Like, I can't do total inside of whatever. Like, they don't let me do that. I can't cross. Another guy told me you can't cross key numbers. They won't let you do it. If you're crossing like 6.5, 7,
right?
They're not letting you cross key numbers with teasers. Like, what are we doing?
We're telling you to want to take teasers. That's what they're telling you.
Get out of here, man.
Around.
Just get out. I literally told the person, I said, this should not be a book you use anymore. I was like, I don't know what book it is, but it's not. You should not be using this book.
My guy, Steve, the cleaner.
Right.
That's what I call him. He's watching right now. Long time in the business, dry cleaning and stuff. He's going, this can't be real. We know a lot of the same people. This is real. This is real. 100% real.
This is real. This is going on right now with what's happening. I mean, I can't believe it. People are literally doing screenshots because I'm recommending teasers and plays, and they're like, I can't do it in my book. Like, what do you mean you can't do it in your book? Like,
sometimes it's a software issue. I told you when I went to West Virginia, they couldn't type parlays or teasers when I got there. And I'm like, okay, I can't work here. And the guy was like, wait, hold on. What do you mean? I said, people like to bet parlays and teasers, right? And they are, meaning parlays, the best thing that we got going for us. So if the programmer hasn't already figured out that we got to take parlays, we're in deep trouble.
Yep.
And the guy was like, boy, you're really adamant about this. I said, it can't work. This is not going to work.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work at all. It's a bad idea. Just one quick super chat. Chef Benny says he likes the Vikings money line, Bruins money line, Washington no goal in the first 5 minutes, Buffalo no goal in the first 5 minutes at plus 346.
Damn.
I don't mind the hockey plays. Hockey plays I don't mind.
Buffalo and the Rangers aren't going to score in the first 5 minutes.
That's fast.
It's an early goal, man. I don't know. Those are both early goal teams. That's
They
the
are.
one I'm worried about.
How about 5 goals in the first period with the Oilers and the Ducks last night? 5 in the first
Oilers
period.
are back with a vengeance, man.
Like we called it.
They must have not liked that guy at all.
Dead cat bounce in a big way. I mean, they're
They
too
are
talented not
scoring.
to. Yeah. They were 3-9-1 when they fired him. Was watching see what their record is after 2 months. They're 3-9-1.
They're back.
Favorite thing about today is what?
It's Monday, November 27th. I am so happy that fucking school started today.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Like Kendall was home the whole week.
Maddie
And
too.
I love when the kids are home. And
Right.
Maddie was home too, right?
Yeah, whole week.
Waking up this morning was like waking up after summer vacation. Like it was not easy in the beginning. And I finally was like, all right, you got to go to school. Everybody got to go somewhere because everybody's been home and hanging out and all this other stuff. We've been having we had a wonderful Thanksgiving and hanging out and doing all this stuff. We broke into a big poker game at the table. I was the dealer. I was teaching them how to play blackjack. I was the bank. They didn't understand why when it was the time to split and double.
Right.
And their mother started telling them stories about her and me when we were young before the kids. Like we would go play blackjack and do all this crazy stuff. And kids were looking at us like, all right, we're getting grossed out. So stop talking about it. It was hilarious, but we had a great time. I was so happy when that alarm went off today and everybody was leaving. And now I came to your house, picked up a little something. Now I got an errand to run. I got to go try to find. I got to get a voided check for a checking account that I haven't written. I asked my wife this morning, do you have any checks? I need a voided check. And she's like,
what's check?
She's like, I haven't written a check in almost a decade. Everything's online. So I need a check. I got to have a voided check. So that's my mission the rest of the afternoon before the show tonight on Sports Grid. But my favorite thing about today is that school has started up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can second that.
Thank you.
I saw this thing go viral. This is one of those weird things, but it's from an account called Dad Talk Today. Okay.
I like it already.
This is very much part. I read this. I was like, this is our show. Steve Jobs died. When Steve Jobs died, he was a billionaire with the capital of $7 billion. At the age of 56, he passed away from pancreatic cancer.
Oy.
Here were some of his last words.
Hold on, you're frozen. Stop talking. Just to bring you back. Hold on.
3, 2,
Hold
1.
on. Snap your fingers. All right. Your out cue was, here were his last words.
Okay, good. So good. At this moment, lying on the bed, sick and remembering all of my life, I realize that all the recognition and wealth I have had and earned is meaningless. Meaningless in the face of imminent death. You can hire someone to drive you a car, make money for you, but you cannot hire someone to carry the disease for you. As we get older, we become wiser, and we gradually realize that when a watch is worth $30 or $300, they both show the same exact time. Whether we're driving a $100,000 car or a $2,000 car, the road and distance are the same. We're reaching the same destination. If we drink a $300 or a $10 bottle of wine, we both equally get drunk. 5 undeniable facts. Don't educate your children to be rich. Educate them to be happy. So when they grow up, they know they will have the value of things, not their price. Eat your food as medicine. Otherwise, you have to eat your medicine as food. The ones who love you will never leave you. Even if he has 100 reasons to give up, he will always find one reason to hang on. There's a big difference between being human and being human. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Steve Jobs, before he passed away. Saw that and I said, that's our show.
You're going to have to send me that. I'm going to print that out for the kids. I'm going to print that out for the wife. I'm serious. That was fantastic. That's
my favorite thing about today.
fantastic.
Yep. And it's one of those things. I love the being human and being human. Like there's two different things of like being a person and like being a person to help people, being present to be with people. But it is true. Whether you're driving a $300, a $3,000 car or a $300,000 car, we're going the same road. We're all driving the same road. We're all going to the same place.
And it's always forward, never straight.
Amen to that. Back tomorrow, boys and girls. Hit the like button, subscribe button. We love you all. We will see you for a Tuesday's BBQ.